Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hey everyone, how are you? May we all always be in a good health. Okay, here I will discuss the topic of the condition of law enforcement in Indonesia. Before I get into the topic that we will discuss, here I will first introduce myself. My name is Musyaffa Izzul Haq. You can call me Musyaffa. I am from Boyolali, Central Java. I'm a college student of the Indonesian Language and Literature Education Program at 11 Maret University. Indonesia is a country based on law in the process of justice. As contained in the 1945 Constitution, Article 1, Paragraph 3, which explained that every life in society, as a nation, and as a state must be based on applicable law. Law in Indonesia itself addressed to a mixed legal system, namely a legal system that is in accordance with European law, religious law, and customary law. The entire legal system is contained and regulates in Indonesian legislation. Therefore, from these various legal systems, they must provide justice from the community in the enforcement process. Law enforcement is carried out to improve order and legal certainty in society. In the implementation of law in Indonesia, apart from depending on the legal awareness of the community, it is also very much determined by law enforcement in the narrow sense of the police, prosecutor, and judges who are law enforcers. Many say that the legal situation in your country is one side, namely blow out and shut down. However, if we look at the fact that have happened recently, this phenomenon is in the truth like one of the new that later went viral in social media that made a netizen excited, namely the news of rape is as follows, which in says was stopped by the police investigation. After the viral news, netizens immediately respond with the hashtag percuma lapor polisi. Regarding what happens, there are several impacts that will appear among the community, namely 1. People don't trust law enforcement in Indonesia, and 2. Public trust in the judiciary deserts. Currently, the law in Indonesia can be likened to like a passing wine, can be blown left and right as long as there is money. This is very appropriate when we see how the conditions have not been able to provide justice to the oppressed people. In fact, if we look at the fact the law actually is used as a tool by the authority to act arbitrarily, like the lower class people who are caught committing petty crimes. They are immediately arrested and put in prison, while the corrupt official can roam freely. Given the current state of law enforcement in Indonesia, it is not impossible that people would prefer to remain silent rather than deal with the law. So, in order to restore public confidence in the law in Indonesia, a solution is needed so that law enforcement in Indonesia return to obeying law in accordance with Pancasila and the Constitution. Namely by 1. Improve oversight of the judicial process in transparent manner, and 2. Improving the quality of judges in terms of knowledge, understanding, and behavior, and 3. Improving the development of the moral integrity of judges, and 4. Improving the accountability mechanism of the judiciary to the community, and 5. Protecting people who want to report of taxes to legal channel regarding all their background, and 6. Where to dismiss judges who are proven to have committed violation in court process, such as accepting bribes one party. Friends, as good Indonesian citizens, we must participate in fighting for justice in your country so that the laws that have been stated in Pancasila and the 1945 Constitution can be established and implemented properly. For this reason, by looking at the phenomenon of law enforcement lately, I gave a message to the court have give a honest and best trial, because later on the final day, when you have sentence and when you have disease in court will be held accountable at the end of the day later. Maybe that's all I can say. More and less, please forgive me. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.